Game Master here, and today we are going to be playing a bit of Slime Rancher. Now, I've already played a little bit, but recently, at least within the last few days, the official 1.0 version came out, which means we are now to the full release, and they're just adding extra stuff in. As you guys can see, I'm currently at 1.0.1c, so I'm sure there's been a few things that have changed from the actual output. From the not the actual output, but from the official release. But you know, that's always going to happen. I'm going to go with the blue slime with the with the water slime. So yeah, I do have some experience just kind of playing on my own, so I do kind of have some idea of how we're supposed to go about it, and how to handle certain slimes, and how to go with 1,000 light years away from Earth, on a planet known as the Far, Far Range. Beatrix LeBlue begins her first day as a slime rancher. So yeah, as you guys saw over here, there was a character. That is our player character. Something that we had no idea what our character looked like before, because all we had ever seen was the gun. At least unless you cheated. I think you might have seen maybe something then, but it's actually kind of cool seeing the full model for the gun. I wish I could turn her so that I could see what that is on her back. The 7Z Corporation. Miss LeBlue, the 7Z Corporation would like to welcome you to the Far, Far Range. Welcome. And extend our support in your bold new adventure as a slime rancher. Support extended. Completely a totally automated thing. This is totally not just some computer sending it. We'd also like to request that you exercise caution in your first few days on the range. Until you get more familiar with your surroundings, traveling at night is not advisable. Lastly, should you require any additional tools for your backpack or items to make your slime ranching experience easier, the 7Z Corporation would be pleased to provide them to you from the shop located just outside your ranch house. The 7Z Corporation providing the tools you need to get the job done for us for a small fee. Alright, so let's return back to our ranch. Yeah, just gonna get through this tutorial. Come on. Jump. So yeah, we've actually got a pretty good jump. It's a little surprising, actually. Alright, let's get some of these things, because we're gonna need that. As well as a few slimes. Because we've got ourselves some cute little pink ones. Oh, looks like he already found something to eat. Hello, little guy. Come here. Alright, I don't see any others around the place, so let's do that. Shoot some food in there, and I'm going to save one of these carrots, because we're going to need it later. Yeah. Come on. It says you can do that, but I actually prefer the buttons. And of course, this is where we send in our plots. As you guys can see, there's quite a few, actually. Let me see. I know that one right there, the slime for this one right here, is pretty darn cool looking, and pretty darn weird too, I'd say. Okay, so right now, price on pink plorts is up. So, come on. Ugh. You gonna make me do this? There. Come on, game. Catch up with me. And yeah, so we get 9 apiece. Of course, that's only for today. Range exchange is currently offline. Okay, so that about covers the basics. So let's head out and see what kind of slimes we can find. Collect some plorts. The Dry Reef, coral-crusted ocean floor that now basks under the golden sun. And if I hit F1, we can check out the Slimepedia and get more information. Beatrix begins her life on a humble ranch in the middle of an area of the far, far range known as the Dry Reef. Once the property of the legendary slime rancher and notorious old codger Hobson Twilgers, the ranch has seen better days, as Hobson let it come into a state of disrepair shortly before disappearing completely. Hobson's whereabouts are currently unknown. The Dry Reef. The environment surrounding the ranch is known as the Dry Reef and is an arid, wind-swept land covered in dusty crags and rocky cliffs shaped by the wind over the millennia. The Dry Reef is primarily home to pink, tabby, and rock slimes, though phosphorus slimes will come out of hiding when the sun sets. The Dry Reef's climate doesn't make for an abundance of any particular resource, but plenty of carrots, pogo fruit, and hen-hens are everywhere, as well as some less common resources, if you know where to look. And then the slime sea. I actually never looked this up before. An expansive body of water and slime compound that's not fit for swimming, let alone drinking. The slime sea that covers most of the far, far range is something of a mystery. It is seemingly a mixture of water and slime that is believed to be the primordial pool whence all slimes emerged, though its true purpose is entirely unknown by even the most esteemed slime scientists. What is known is that the liquid found within the slime sea is not fit for drinking, watering crops, or even swimming, as most things seem to quickly sink to the bottom. When a slime enters the slime sea, it quickly vanishes, but it is widely believed that this far from ends the slime's existence, for slimes that enter the sea can often be found quickly reappearing back on land, happy as ever. In fact, many slime scientists believe that slimes use the sea as a means of transportation, moving swiftly below the surface and popping out on land wherever they see fit. But theories aside, one fact remains very clear, most especially to ranchers. Don't enter the slime sea. So, yeah. Also, a little bit of fun fact as far as the slimes we can look at. We have slimology, which is basically just a general idea of them, what kind of risk they are. Pink ones are soft and squishy, very happy to be around a rancher, and found all over. And plortonomics. Now, I always found these interesting because it tells you what their plorts are actually used for off-planet. Pink plorts are an excellent and multi-purpose generic substance used to manufacture everything from food products to household cleaners. All over Earth, people are eating burgers, sweetening their coffee, and scrubbing their floors with pink plort products. That's some serious versatility. And as we find other ones, we'll be able to find out other things. A lot of them are actually very interesting to learn about. And it's kind of interesting, for me at least, just to learn about this world. That's kind of one of the main things that I enjoy when it comes to games, is playing them and figuring out exactly what makes their worlds, the world of the games, tick. How things work, why things are the way they are. Oh, we got an email, and we have, okay, I know what this is, but let's check it out for you guys. Hello, Beatrix. The name's Hobson Twilgers, rancher, explorer, and former owner of this here ranch you now call your home. Pleased to make your acquaintance. So the guy that they said no one's seen in a long time. I was a rancher for more years than I can remember and felt there was one last adventure left in me, so I've set off to find just that. But before I go, I'm taking one last tour around this here land I love. So keep your peepers peeled for notes like these if you want to hear what an old coot has to say every now and again. Be talking to you, H. So yeah, that's obviously something that wasn't in the earlier versions, and I just love that they're fleshing out the world and everything. So let's go and check that mail. Okay, shift to run. I forget that sometimes. Star mail. Rise and shine, Cassie. Would that be Bia? Hey Bia, what's it like to sleep for a whole year? Did you dream? I can't imagine what it's like. 7Z puts you in a pod and then lights out for all that time. Wow. What's the far range like? Have you started exploring? Is the air as clear as they say? I bet it's really beautiful. I'm probably asking too many questions. I bet you have a lot of work to do on that ranch. I still can't believe it's yours now. I guess I better leave you to it and just keep it short. Good luck, Bia. If anyone can make it out there, it's you. Cassie. I'm sorry. Every time I see this, I just love the character design. It's so awesome. And the fact that if you look at her character's face, she kind of looks a little bit like a slime. It's kind of cool and kind of weird. Anyway, let's turn in these so we can get ourselves... There we go. Plort Powerhouse. And that's a carryover from... Yeah, that's a carryover from my recent playthrough because, let's see here. So, yeah, 2,500 plorts in the plort market. So you guys can get a good idea of how much I played before we did that. So, first thing I'm going to do, if I'm correct, I should have enough money to buy a garden. There we go. And I'm going to put the carrots in it. That way we'll always have carrots for our little pink slimes here. There we go. And of course, we'll upgrade their house a little bit later. I probably should grab a few more pink slimes just so that we have some more in there. I'll keep an eye out while we're going. You know what? Since we're back here, let me show you guys a little bit around the area. So this is one of the areas, the ranch expansion, the Overgrowth. Ranch's very own wild side. And if we go here to learn more, it basically tells us that the Overgrowth and extension, the thicket it create, ranch is an area that was covered in moss and tall grass. The thicket it creates allows for fruits and veggies to grow naturally and attract the occasional wild chicken, making it an ideal place for a rancher that wants their slimes to roam more freely. So, in other words, it's either a very good place for growing, which is what I tend to use it for, or because it has all that stuff, and it actually has quite a few of these little pads, or you can use it as just an area to let some of your slimes roam free. But I don't really see a reason for doing that, since as you guys will see, there are things you can do with slimes that can be a bit volatile. The lab allows you to begin your career as an amateur unlicensed slime expert. Now, in my single player, this is kind of what I stopped at. I stopped going so far because I wasn't getting enough slime plorts from each one to be able to continue to progress monetarily and be able to do this, because it actually does, in order to do this stuff, it actually requires the slime plorts. As we actually found out, there's a lot of different uses for these plorts. So they are useful in this lab. It is recommended that only more experienced ranchers unlock the lab, as slime science requires a great many resources and lots of new bucks to fully master. Yeah, and it takes 10,000 new bucks. And then finally, the only other area we can take a look at for right now is the grotto, which is basically an underground cavern, which makes it very good for slimes that can't really exist that can't exist in the light. Like the ones that we found, like the ones that they told us about, the pharaoh ones. And for anyone that's seen this game played before, you'll know that there are quite a few different add-ons we can do for that kind of stuff. Hold on one second. I forgot to set something up before I started. I'm using a new I'm using new software, so I can't actually tell if what's going on too much. Okay. Alrighty, just so that I can keep an eye on that for later. Otherwise, I'll never be able to see if you guys are saying anything to me. Alright, so let's go out here and explore a bit. See if we can't get some more carrots and maybe some other things. And see if we can't find some interesting slimes to see if we can work our see if I can show you guys how to make a... I always forget what they're called, but the really big ones. And of course, get some plorts while we're out here, because just like any farming thing, you're gonna have, especially when you're starting out, you're gonna have to do a bit of work. And we found our first crate. If we break that, it gives us a few new bucks. As you guys can see down there, ours increased. It also drops that. Sometimes it'll drop some other stuff. Ooh, that's actually a good one, a stony hen. But I'll just leave it here for now. And sometimes you can find other rare slimes. There is one in particular that doesn't like existing for too long. But if you can give it some food while it's there, you can get a golden plort, which is the most valuable one on the market at any given time, I believe. Yeah, see, it's always going to be above. Even the best ones currently can't even come up to match that. So let's toss these in. And let me just rework that. Alright, and I forgot to grab some more pink slimes like I wanted. Oh well. We're already back up to 307. And I know the game said that we shouldn't be dealing with nighttime so early on, but, you know, I'm not some novice. I know what I'm doing. I know, for the most part, what areas to avoid, what areas are safe, and whatnot. Besides, it's not like it's a huge risk. The main reason they don't want you to go out at night is, in the beginning, is just because there are certain slimes that aren't exactly nice, that can be a little bit more common at night, but not always. And we've got our first main ones. Our first special ones, you know, the ones that aren't pink slimes. Tabby slimes. And as you guys just saw there, the way that you can get these largos yourself is by having one kind of slime eat a plort of another kind of slime. So if you have a tabby slime eat a pink slime's plort, this is what you get. Same if it's a pink slime and you have to eat a tabby slime's plort. And of course they give you both, so you get both tabby and pink slimes whenever they eat something. Only thing is, tabby slimes will only eat meat, and right now we don't have meat. We've only got carrots. Now, of course, later on I'll be able to make a coop for chickens that we'll be able to do that with. But before we can actually start raising chickens, obviously we're going to need some roosteros, which are, of course, as you guys probably guessed, roosters. So, for now, I'm going to turn a few of you guys into tabbies. And of course, you guys will turn into tabbies as well. Let's check on these upgrades, because those big guys can jump pretty darn far. We don't have quite enough for high walls yet. That's pretty much going to be required if we're going to have many more of the big guys. There we go. Let's cash these in. There we go. Now we've got enough to buy those high walls. So that'll help us keep them in so that they don't cause any problems. Of course, these two are very useful, but also very expensive. Solar Shield is a good one for some of the slimes that I'll be showing you guys in a little bit that don't like sunlight, because they'll make it safe for them. Air Net is used to keep them in, and it just goes over the top, but it does, if it gets hit a few times, then it's going to fail. And although you don't have to buy it again, it does take a little bit of time to recharge. So before you buy that, a good one is probably the music box. Although I'm probably going to get the auto feeder next. Speaking of which, let's put a few more pink slimes in there. And throw some food in there as well so that they can eat. So, it's nighttime now, which means those light sensitive slimes that I keep talking about will be able to come out and say hi. So let's see if we can't find any of them. And of course, as we're going along, we'll collect any plorts we happen to come across. And right out there is one that I want to show you guys, a very special. Not even a Largo, but a Gordo. These things are basically giant versions of any one in particular slime, and you have to feed them a huge amount of food in order for them to do anything. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, and of course there's the Phosphorus Slimes I was telling you guys about. Ain't he cute? So yeah, these guys are light sensitive, so we're not going to be able to do much with them. Alright, let's feed this guy because it's going to take a while, so let's put a few in there. There we go. And we'll get that phosphor plort because this early in the game, those are pretty darn valuable. Oh, and we're going to do this. And as we learned, we don't have to worry. It's not like we're actually killing them. They're cute little things. They're just kind of sinking to the bottom and then finding another way back up. Oh, what is this? Oh, okay. Now that's new. That is definitely new to me. So, map unlock thing. What is this over here? Interesting. So here's our ranch. Here's that fertile area. Here's another area. I've actually unlocked that, but other than an area for water slimes and a few more air and a few more plots, as you guys can probably see right here, there really isn't much there. But I wonder how do you get over here? It doesn't show any plots to use, and I've seen it in the distance before, but still. Whoa, and what is this? Oh, that's like a different part of the map? What the heck? Okay, that's definitely going to be interesting. Yeah, so as you guys can see, right now we're only in this tiny little area right here. So that'll be interesting. So in the Dry Reef, there's 3 keys and 14 of these orbs, which, of course, once I find some, I will show you guys. I think there's actually one around here somewhere. And as you guys can see, there's some slimes here that have managed to get their hands on rock plorts. Now, this is where things can get a bit bad, because if you have these Largos here, and they eat a plort from a slime that isn't one of the 2 that already make them up, we're gonna have a bad time. And I'm not going to do that now because that could end up being very, very bad, especially for me. Oh, and there goes one. So yeah, that was a Largo that ate a plort that wasn't its own. And these are the tars. They eat slimes, meat, and us. So, not good. Later on, we will have a way of getting rid of them ourselves, but right now we currently don't have any way of getting rid of them other than picking them up and throwing them in the slime ocean. Oh, gimme you. Roostro, that's going to be very valuable. They're a little bit hard to find. Alright, let's see what the old man has to say. I had a great big tree like this here one along the edge of my property back on Earth. It had been there since anyone could remember. It survived all kinds of change around it, and then one day I began to notice it dying. It wasn't anything unnatural. It was just its time, I suppose. And then I realized that I didn't do something. That if I didn't do something, I'd end up like that tree. I'd spend my whole life in the same place. I wasn't going to let that happen, so I bought a ticket for the far range the very next day. Okay, hopefully that accent stays and goes pretty easily for me. Usually it kind of doesn't because I think it's a little bit close to my own. And as you guys can see, there's another Gordo over here, a tabby slime. So unfortunately, the only thing we're going to be able to feed that one is meat. And as you guys can see, another tar showed up because they're just eating each other's plorts. Let me out. And you guys could probably hear there's some pretty grim sounding music. Although I guess if everyone and everything you know is getting eaten, it's gonna be grim either way. So, all right, here's another one. This entire cave system was sealed off from a cave-in when I first discovered it. Maybe that's why the fellows up ahead are so grumpy. Haven't had a bite in a long time. In any case, don't let that long-awaited bite come from your own rump. Bring some food to calm them down. Yeah, so like I said, hopefully, yeah, so these guys are not nice, and they will try and take a good bite out of me if I stick around there for too long. So this is one of the first places that we need a slime key for, and the places where we get those slime keys are from the Gordos, so we've got to get plenty of food and feed them. And of course, I'm going to get right out of there so that those guys don't take a bite out of my backside. Or my front, for that matter. Luckily over here, there's really only pink slimes and maybe a few other, and maybe some phosphors at night, but that's about it. So we don't really have to worry about them too much. Which is good since they're so close to our base. So, let's see. It's almost midnight. Let's vac up our plorts here. Excuse me, guys. Nothing but pink plorts. I guess only the pink guys were hungry. So yeah, we want to be careful. We don't want to throw any phosphors or rock plorts in there, because otherwise we'll get a Largo and we don't have another space for them. So that could end up being very, very bad. Hold on one sec, guys. A friend's calling. As I'm sure you can see. All right. So, oh dang it! Get back here. So as you guys can see, I don't know what's up with Hungry, always thinking that kind of stuff. Anyway, as you guys can see, right now the price of pink plorts is actually down. So, yeah, version's coming soon. I told you I'm streaming, Hungry. trying to do this, not do Terraria. But rock slimes are still up, and tabby slimes are up if we had any, but we don't. And phosphorus slimes are currently at their average. So 21 is the average of what we're going to get for those. We're going to get 25 for that this time, but that's above average. And we're only going to get 6 apiece for each of those pink ones. Now, I'm going to toss that roostro out. Vac up our carrots here, which, just for reference for everyone, you always want to keep an idea of where you can find more to refresh that, because that's not going to keep going forever. Eventually, that's going to stop. All right, so let's sleep until morning. Down is star mail. Let's go out and say hi to our little slimes and give them some food. There we go. And now there's going to be some more tabby slimes in there, because some of those pink guys, there we go. And of course, you can hear the cute little meows of kitty cats. Me personally, I'm more of a dog kind of guy, but that's just me. I do still think cats are cute. So one of my things is that I want to get an auto feeder for these guys. But that, as you guys saw, costs about 500. So yeah, although the main reason I want to get an auto feeder is actually for those rock slimes. Those can be a bit dangerous. And of course, here's our roostro. Let me see, how much is a coop? 250. So we actually might be able to do it. Later on, especially with some of the more valuable plorts, I'll probably be holding on to them if the market says they're down. But pink plorts are about as common, about a dime a dozen anyway. So those I'm almost definitely never going to save up. But some of the more expensive ones I almost definitely will. So get our roostero, toss him in there, and then we have to grab a few hens. There we go. And toss them in there. Now, one of the reasons that I'm not particularly fond of slimes that only eat meat personally, which, by the way, this is a teleporter, we'll find out about that later, is because it's even with upgrades, even with the upgrades on this, so the high walls, which doesn't really mean anything, it's just to keep smaller slimes out. Even with getting slime grass and the vitamizer, which helps them grow faster, I don't really seem to get enough of them quickly enough. Although maybe there, because I do know there is a little bit of a hang up where if there's enough hens, they'll stop breeding. So maybe that's part of the hang up, but I don't quite know about that. So let's see, what are we gonna do? Oh, here, you get in there too. What are we gonna do today? Maybe we should go exploring and see if we can find any more food and see if we can break up that Gordo. Since that Gordo is a pink slime, we can pretty much use whatever food we can get our hands on. So carrots and pogo fruit. And even chickens. I just wanted to make sure we had some for our own place. Okay, so see, our carrots we're now full on carrots because 20 is currently our max. So, and I know that this is almost definitely not going to be enough to get him to pop, but let's see how things go. We should at least be able to get him fairly close. Oh, there we go. We actually did manage to get him to pop. So yeah, he pops into a whole bunch of pink slimes. We get ourselves a slime key. And they drop a few of those. Okay, grab the heartbeats. Heartbeats are quite valuable and until later in the game are actually a bit hard to find, so they're pretty important. Stony hens are also a bit harder to find, so I'm going to actually grab one of them and take that back to our place. No point. Well, I could put it in the coop and see if maybe I got lucky and got a few hens to put in. See if I got lucky. Maybe the rooster would give us a few stony hens. So we'll have to see about that. So yeah, right now our income is pretty low, mostly because the only thing we have to sell right now are pink plorts and tappy plorts. Speaking of which, though, we've actually found quite a few other. There you go. You go in there, stony hen. We've actually found quite a few other kinds of slimes, and I told you guys that I would let you guys know just what those slimes were used, just what their plorts were used for. So let's take a look. Phosphorus Slimes. So, oh, one more thing. So as you guys can see, their diet is fruit. Pink slimes have a diet of fruit, veggies, and meat. So they'll, as I said, they'll eat anything. But a phosphorus slime only likes fruit, and their favorite one are Q berries. So if we give them Q berries, even if they're even if it's like a phosphor pink slime or whatever, if we give them Q berries, they will actually give us double the output. So it's actually a very good idea to have a wide range of all the different kinds of food, and then give them just to the slimes that have them as their favorite, because it helps you gain more and thus lets you go faster. So, the luminescent compound found within phosphor plorts can produce light for over 100 years, making it an incredibly eco-friendly form of illumination on Earth. Cities across the globe are slowly switching over to phosphor lights, saving trillions of gigawatts of energy daily. Plus, if you rub the stuff in your hair, it glows and it looks really cool. And let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I haven't gotten a new one. So, yeah, it just gives us those. Gordos produce no plorts on their own. However, the slimes they produce after bursting do, like any normal slime. When a largo eats, it produces plorts of both source slimes, making them potentially very lucrative for ranchers that can deal with the added risk of keeping them. Also, something to know. Rancher risks. In addition to largos being more difficult to manage and having the combined powers of two slimes, an even greater threat to ranchers lies within these supersized slimes. If a largo eats a plort, unlike its two source slimes, it will transform into a ravenous tar slime. Ranchers need to be very careful when dealing with largos or risk an outbreak of tar that can quickly overtake their entire ranch. Always carry a full tank of water just in case. So that's how you deal with those particular slimes. As you guys can see here, for 350 we can get a dedicated water tank. As far as I know, that's the only way to actually do that. Now then, let's throw a few of these in there just so that they've got the extra food. There we go. Suck up those. That way I can carry those in there. Okay. So for now... Oh, geez. Wow, that was a little weird. For now, we're kind of at a problem. Alright. Since we have a slime key, we can now open up those slime doors. And I know I showed you guys where one of them was already, but there's actually another one. I didn't continue going when we got near it because I didn't really see any point in it. As you guys probably can see, there's something right up there, right on top of that cliff, but I can't get up to there till I at least have the jetpack. But we'll see other stuff for that later on. No, you go away, pink slime. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, most areas, because they have more than just two slimes, have a fairly big risk of making tars. Oh, alright. Well, we can have a new star mail from Thora West. We'll head back there in just a little bit. But for now, let's head out and use that slime key. Ow! I'm just trying to think. Should I go this way, or should I go the other? You know what, the other one's closer to our ranch anyway, so it'll probably end up being better for us in the long run. So, let's head back. We can take a look at our star mail after we open up that slime key door that we found just past these angry slimes over here. Gimme. So yeah, the blue rock slimes are pretty much the first ones that are actually dangerous to you, just kind of on their own, that you'll find, but their danger to you is minimal at best. Well, minimal at worst, I guess I should say. Anyway, so we are here now, and let's use it. There we go. So this is a new area. The Indigo Quarry. The Indigo Quarry is a winding network of caves and cliffs, striated with deep purple hues from the rare minerals found within it. It was once the site of a mining project, but went bust after the discovery of the rare ores it produces. That the rare ores it produces quickly break down in atmospheres other than that of the far range. It was later discovered that the means to harness these metals was via rock slime plorts. Somehow, rock slime plorts preserve the minerals within, a process that eludes even the most prestigious slime scientists. The Indigo Quarry is a natural home for rock slimes and the more elusive rad slime, and its naturally mineral-rich soil make it a great place to harvest most wild veggies. And of course we have a message here from our friend H. I was always happiest when I was by my lonesome. Places like this old quarry really suited me. Nice and quiet and mostly empty. So I figured that life on the far range would suit me just as well. And well, wouldn't you know it, I came all this way, and the first person I see, well, she changed how I saw things, I guess. Quiet wasn't good anymore. I liked her laugh. So it sounds like H found a nice lady for themselves. So this is one of the first areas that you'll find where you can harvest heartbeats. So actually, I guess there really isn't a point in me saving them now that we have this place. And as you guys can see, there's a few more slimes. Right here, we have ourselves a boom slime. And let me grab the rock slime so that I'll be able to read its entry to you. So those are the ones we have right now. Rock slime. So their favorite food is a heartbeat. So anything we have them with, it's a good idea to use the heartbeats that we have here because it'll give us double of their stuff. Rock plorts are prized for being a key component in the production of blue metal, an amazing alloy that's stronger than titanium and lighter than plastic. Because of its amazing strength, blue metal is often a key component in the hulls of light-speed-capable starships, synthetic appendages, and protective holophone cases. That last one seems a lot less important, but that might just be me. Boom slimes. So their favorite ones are briar hens, which we haven't actually found any briar hens yet. We found stony hens and hens, but no briar hens. Plortonomics. Highly volatile boom plorts have all sorts of applications, including powering rocket thrusters and demolitions. Military organizations value their highly destructive capabilities for medical technology and other research. Imagine that. So yeah, that's them. And as the game said, oh, ow. There are rad slimes here. Let's see if we can't find some. Ah, and here we have another Gordo. A rock one, which means veggies. Oh, and we have another map marker thing over here. Ah, and here, let me show you these. So these are treasure pods. You can't unlock these until you've done the... I think there's... I'm not sure exactly which. There's one of two ways. Either you have to buy it from the station where we buy the upgrades for our gun and everything, or we have to do it in the research lab, which means these are very late game things. Even in my single player, I actually haven't seen what's inside of them. Alright. Let's get this map bit. So this gives us a little map bit, and I believe that this right here is, yeah, that's a teleporter that should take us back to our base. So if we're capable of getting all the way to there, which I'm not quite sure about that. Always when I came through here, I always had a crud, what is it? Oh, my jetpack already. So let's see. No, that's just a normal hen. There we go. A little boom plort. Let's see if we can't get some more of these. Ah, and of course, there are these fruits or something like that. I can't remember exactly. What is this? Just a rock. Okay, give me that, and I'll take that pink plort. Ow. That's one of the problems with rock slimes. They can be a bit dangerous. Okay. And there's some tars right here. Nope, go away. Dang it, I'm just trying to find some rad slimes so I can show everyone. And then there's, of course, the odd onions. Ah, and here's some of these little guys. Little guys I love so much. Puddle plort. Sorry, it's called puddle plorts. They are puddle slimes. And for any fans of Monster Musume, yes, The reason I picked them is because they look like Sue, and I love Sue. She's so stinking adorable. Fun thing about, you know what, actually, let's go in and I can show you guys, actually, so just telling you. Their diet is water. So they actually eat the water that they're in, so you need a special thing for them. You can't just put them in a normal corral. Unfortunately, they don't have any favorites, so you can't get them to give you double, but they just kind of do it on their own naturally. Puddle slimes aren't risky to manage. They just require a fair bit of maintenance. A rancher needs a pool of fresh water like a pond, available for a puddle slime and its plorts to sit in, as they will evaporate if away from water. Finally, puddle slimes are exceptionally shy and will not produce plorts if they are in close proximity to more than 3 other slimes. Overall, a puddle slime is a better fit for a more experienced rancher, not one still wet behind the ears. So yeah, not only do you have to put them in a pond, which is special back at your ranch, but if you have more than 3 in that pond, you're not going to get anything from them. So, let's check out what their plorts are used for. Puddle plorts are made almost entirely of an incredible hydro compound known by chemists across the galaxy as H2O. This compound is used to create an absurdly expensive brand of bottled drinking water that is sought after by the elite back on Earth. While some people argue that there is little difference in taste between it and tap water, those people seriously are not getting it. So yeah, their plorts are used by the rich, and I think right here is, yeah, there's no way we'd be able to make that jump without a rocket. Ah, there's a rad slime. The green guys. All right, well, maybe we'll see some on our way back. Oh, almost missed this. Here's another message from H. I used to come here when I needed a good soak. It's a great way to clear your head. Sometimes I'd catch a puddle slime blushing, and I could never tell if it was because I was in my bathing suit or not. So yeah, as our little thing said, puddle slimes are very shy. Oh, uh-oh. Now that bit I didn't know. It would seem that tars kind of pop after a while. I assume if they don't get anything to eat. Yeah. Oh, yep, and judging by the music, that's all of them. Let's see if there's any other plorts I can use. Well, there's a boom plort. Oh, there's a little boom slime. But in order to do that, I'd have to drop some of the stuff I have. What do boom slimes eat? Meat, right? I don't want them. I don't have anything for a cage right now. I'll have to come back later and get some boom slimes. So let's get back to our place, and we will go from there, and we will definitely be able to read our newspaper. Not our newspaper, our letter. And oh, there we go. Oh, another roostro. Okay. Come here. Heartbeats may be a little bit of a pain to find, but not as much of a pain as roostros unless you've got a few in your coop. They age out so dang quickly. And even if you have even if you have the chickens growing in your own coop, it can be a little bit rare for one of them to be born as a roostro, or for one of the chickadoos, I think they're called, to be born as a roostro. So it's a pretty big pain. Alright, just grabbing up a few more pink plorts over here, just to make sure we'll follow up on that before we go. Yeah, gotta wait for energy to refill. Alright, and see, we've already got a few chickadoos. Which, yes, that is what they are. So little and soft you'd think they're filled with marshmallow. So now we've got a few roost rows to help keep our hens going. And it's not midnight quite yet. Let me see. Okay. Rock plorts are up, so let's just cash all of those in right now. We'll wait on the puddle and pink for tomorrow and see if there's anything there to tell us. Hey guys, you are all kind of your own thing now, huh? Okay. Let's suck up these. Suck up the carrots. Now, of course, these would come undone normally if we just let them, but we can do it right now just like that. All right. Toss a few of those in there. Let's check out that star mail. Thora West. Hi there, Beatrix. The name's Thora West. I'll keep my introduction short on account that we all got work to do. I'm a longtime rancher here on the Far Range and head of the welcome wagon for your local range exchange. The range exchange is a network of ranchers just like yourself who are looking to trade what they got for what they need. Slimes, plorts, food, whatever. All you need to do is check out the range exchange machine daily and be sure to get your trade completed by noon. As more ranchers get added to your network, you should receive a hearty hello from them, so check your inbox. Well, enough, John. We've both got slimes to wrangle. Adios, Beatrix. Thora. Alright, so let's sleep until morning now. And let's return to the ranch. So now we can actually buy the dash boots from here, which will decrease the energy cost of us running. So right now, whoever's on here... Oh, Thora. Yeah, there she is. So if we give her 4 rock plorts and 3 roost rows, she'll give us 12 carrots, 2 phosphor plorts, 8 heartbeats, and 6 pink plorts. We just have to shoot the items into here, but we don't have roost rows to spare right now. We've only got... Oh, actually, we've got 3, but still. We'd have to have enough of them by noon today, so... Let's just leave it at that. Alright. Let's see. Alright, cool. Oh, wow. Good thing we saved it, huh? Both pink and puddle plorts are up. That's good. Now, let's make good use of this money and get ourselves a plort collector. If we come over here and hit this button, it'll suck up all the plorts in one go. And this is a good way, at the start, this is a good way to store them because these will actually hold quite a few plorts. You just let them, you just store them like that. And you'll be all good. Now, let's see. Those pink guys are getting pretty hungry. So I think the next one will be the nutrient soil. Contains compounds from the moss blanket and minerals from the Indigo Quarry. So we've already been to the Indigo Quarry. The other area we could have gotten to with that key was the moss blanket. It makes crops yield a maximum harvest always. So we're not always getting a maximum harvest. The sprinkler will make them grow twice as fast. So let's see. Are tabby plorts up for today? Yes, they are. So let's cash in our plorts that we have here. And of course, since I just tossed a bit more food in there, actually, before we go and do that, let's go and get as much food from here as we can get our hands on. That way we can throw some in there for our pink tabbies. And of course, don't ever leave any money on the table, as they say. No, you go away. And of course, once you have the jetpack and some upgrades and everything, there's a lot of areas that you can get to that you couldn't normally. Uh-oh. You got out. Get back in there. Alright. More food for the tabbies. And now we've hit our limit on that. But we're going to be able to take up all of these. So yeah, one of the next upgrades I'm going to want to get for that is actually going to be the air net. And as you guys can see, we're only on our 3rd day, and we're already nearly at 1,000, with still some extra ports to cash in. So if we can get to 1,000, we should be able... There we go. So since we can get to 1,000, we can put that air net on, because that costs $4.25. And then let's see. Let's go with the nutrient soil, because that'll leave us a fair bit of money left over. Right now we only have $2.29, but I want, oh no, $2.59, and I want to get us. Okay, well, can't get a pond. Let's get ourselves another corral right here so that we can grab some other slimes. I want our next set of slimes to be rock and boom slimes. What do you guys think? Sound kind of interesting? Granted, that does mean they're going to be a little bit dangerous, but, well, they were going to be dangerous either way. So let's get ourselves some rock slimes. Since they're more common, we'll get the rock slime. We'll get as many rock slimes as we're gonna need. Let's go with 6. And then we'll go and get ourselves some of those boom slimes, however many we can get our hands on. Well, actually, we'll probably just get 1, maybe 2. That way we don't overload the corral. So let's see here. Where are you at, guys? And don't go eating other plorts. Here we go. Here we go. Oh yeah, a lot of rock plorts here. Now rock plorts are actually down today, I believe. So selling them today wouldn't be a particularly good idea, but we don't exactly have any place we can use as storage right now. So. Oh, and before we do this, let's check. So veggies and meat. So they'll be able to live off of the carrots that we're currently growing. Oh, and we've got tars. So let's get out of here. There we go. Alright, let's get back to our base camp. Unfortunately, we can't keep pushing forward. Like I said, we can't keep pushing forward. Oh, sorry, dude. Let me just run right under you there. So yeah, of course, there are other places that we can go to get more slime keys. That pink largo was just kind of the easiest one. It said there were 3 in this area, right? Yeah, Dry Reef, there's 3. So that's interesting. Huh. Oh, Victor Humphreys. Alright. So we managed to get back here just in time. I don't need 7 of you little guys. Oh. Oh, and another one from Cassie. Alright, we'll put you guys in there. And next upgrade we get will definitely be high walls. Alright, let's just cash in these plorts. There we go. We've got enough to get high walls so that once those guys start getting bigger, we won't have to worry so much. course, we will have to start throwing some carrots in there soon. Anyway, let's check our star mail. First one's from Cassie, her pet cat called My Pet Cactus. Hi, Bea. I bought a cactus for you, sort of. When I came back home, it was one of the only things left in your shop. It was a lonely little guy, so I decided to adopt it. You know I kill every plant I touch, but I promise you this one will last. I mean, if I can't keep a cactus alive, then clearly something is wrong with me. When I look at it, I think of you out there on the range doing your thing. Hope you're okay. Alright. So, salutations from Miss LeBeau. Oh, salutations Miss LeBeau from Victor Humphreys. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Victor Humphreys, professional slime rancher, slime scientist, and amateur musician. Why do I always mess up on that word? Musician. My understanding is that Miss West has already informed you of how the range exchange works, so I will spare you any further education. Instead, I'll illuminate you on what you can expect from my own requests. As a slime scientist / rancher, I have a tremendous interest in the liquiform legion that we share this vast range with, the slimes. My studies often keep me from venturing out onto the range daily, and when I find myself short on a particular species, I use the range exchange to fill that gap. Don't worry, though, I will reimburse you handsomely for your efforts. Good luck in your new venture, Miss LeBeau. I look forward to seeing life breathed once again into the former Twiggler's Ranch. Sincerely, Victor Humphreys. P.S. I once lost my favorite fiddle while fleeing a feral boom slime. Its value is only sentimental, but should you find it, I'd very much love to be able to play it again. So maybe a little quest for us to keep in mind. So the reason that we got a mail from him is because this current request is actually from him. And there he is. So he wants 6 tabby slimes, 3 puddle slimes, and 2 crystal slimes. But we haven't even found any crystal slimes yet, so we don't exactly have any way of getting those for him. And it would be a waste to... Yeah. So it would be a waste for us to put anything in there. So as you guys can see, the scare slime here. A scare slime is a stuffed tar model designed to keep wandering slimes away from your crops. Simple but terrifying. So that's really only valuable if you have it like around these guys or anything like that. Otherwise, there really isn't much of a reason. All right. So then. We need some veggie. Actually, if we get some meat. Let me see. How are our chickens doing? Oh, yeah. We've got quite a few. There we go. Because the boom slimes eat hens. There we go. And those we won't suck up because that'll get the... There we go. That'll get them to do that. That's a lot more terrifying than I thought it would look. I thought it would look more adorable, but that is just kind of terrifying. Ugh. Alright, so actually we need to convert the boom slimes, which means that now we need some veggies. Anyway. Still, though. Let's see. Come on, you guys, I need some carrots. There we go. So yeah, there's a lot of veggies, a lot of fruits, and a lot of different kinds of meats, and slimes have different favorites. If you take advantage of those favorites, you can really get your port production going. The problem, for me at least, is just remembering what's what. Alright. Boop. Boop. Then you two stacking over here. So there we go. There we go. That got our boom slimes to upgrade. And how are our tabbies doing? That's good. Alright, so let's hold on to these for now because they're upgraded. So as you guys can see, there's quite a few. Let me see. Those are the crystal ones. We can find them in the mining area, but they're only in one specific area, and I'm almost positive that I need a jetpack to get there. Let me see. There's also honey slimes. We find those primarily in the other area, the grassy area. I can't remember what it's called for some reason. Fire slimes, somewhere else. You guys will know those when you see it. And I think we'll just go over the rest of those when we get to there. So let's see. Anything else that we can do or need? No, all of our guys are pretty well fed for right now. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a few of these hens. Gotta be sure to leave a few. And I am going to go and find that tappy slime at the end of this and see if we can't, and see about getting it to gorge itself on some of our delicious chicken. Now, I'm not quite sure if I've never actually tested this out. Maybe you guys can tell me. It sounds right in my head, at least, that if you feed a Gordo the one that it's a giant one of their favorite food, so like for a tabby slime, it wouldn't be just hens. It would probably be something else. I believe that causes them to swell up even faster. Wow, there's a lot of pink ones over here. All right, already full. But of course, like I said, I've never actually tested that. And actually, here's a way down, and there's the cave. And in here we have ourselves a Phosphor Gordo, and he likes fruit. So that's a place where we can take our fruit. Of course, since we don't have a jetpack, that means we have to go through here. And as the sign says, this place is full of slimes that haven't had anything to eat recently, so they're not going to be happy about us. And here's another door that we can use that, if we take a look at the map, will get us over into this area, which we kind of have access to anyway if we get access to this, I think. Or it might be you have to open that door anyway. So we'll see. And it drops us off right here. There we go. Come here, hen. Okay, go ahead and eat up. Gonna take a lot more chicken for us to get there. And of course, once again, the sign says this place is dangerous. This is with the pharaoh ones. And this is the area I told you guys about that I didn't go all the way to last time. Sometimes there's a crate out there, but apparently not this time. So yeah, in order to get through here, we'd need another slime key. Maybe we can get to that. Maybe we can get another slime key today. I don't know. We're not currently growing any fruit, and I'm pretty sure we have to go with the phosphor one. Okay. Just staying out of your way, guys. Ow! No! Ow! Go away. Such a pain. So yeah. Just so that you guys know, one of the reasons I'm so horrified of dying in this game, despite the fact that we just respawn, well, there's actually two reasons. The first reason being that you lose everything in your hotbar. Everything. So right now it's not too bad since it's mostly just pink plorts, but if we go, but later on, if we got plorts from that are more valuable and we're running around, like say maybe a gold plort from one of those super rare gold slimes, that can be a huge loss. So not exactly the best thing for us to do. All right. It's getting a little late, so we'll probably go to bed soon. I'm just skipping time forward to the next day so that we can continue to progress, because it does take a little bit of time sometimes. Let's see. Pink plorts are still up, so let's cash in on that. Rock plorts are not, so I will save those. Let's toss some food in here. There we go, about half. And let's do the rest here, about half. Of course, we'll have it suck up. As far as upgrades go, obviously I said I want to get the water tank first, but that's kind of a side thing. I guess we don't really have to do that. Jetpack is a really good idea because it's, well, the really only way to do that. We also have heart modules and power cores, which increase your health and energy respectively, and then tank boosters, which increases how much you can store in a single slot in your little pack here. So, let's sleep until morning, and then get back out to the ranch. Pulse Wave adds a pulse wave emitter feature to your backpack that pushes away slimes whenever you need some personal space. So yeah, that's another thing in the upgrade shop right here. So yeah, that's what that does. It's mostly just to help keep some of your slimes in check. Speaking of which, how are you guys doing? Okay, let's see what kind of plorts are up on the market today. Still not rock plorts. Boom plorts are a good one. Tabby plorts are also good. No, tabby plorts are down. So the only plorts that we have right now that have an up in value are tabbies. Interesting. Alright. So let's take advantage of that and pick up these tabby plorts. Oh, and we didn't quite, just barely didn't have enough space. So let's cash in those tabby plorts and see if we can get enough for the upgrades that we want for the boom guys. Yes, we did. Okay. Since it's going to earn me more money right away, because I'll be able to harvest without having to worry about it, I'm going to get that plort collector, because those guys are still dangerous. There. And go ahead and suck everything up. Right now, boom plorts are the one we want. As you guys saw, there are also crystal ones. Those guys can be a huge pain if you're not careful, even when it comes to collecting. So that's something we have to be careful about. So just trying to think, should we try and get more? Because I know we have more that we can, more slimes that we can combine. There's still phosphor, puddle slimes. I think we'll hold off right now because I don't think I can combine. Well, I don't really have a place that's safe for the phosphorus slimes, and I don't think that if I combine it with a puddle slime that it'll fix. So as you guys can see, this is still the same. It goes from 12 o'clock to 12 o'clock. So it's not like you have from the time that you wake up at 8 till 12 o'clock to do it. You have 24 hours. So it's always a good idea to come back here and check at least every 24 hours. Right now, I'm going to come out here and see if I can't find any food, because right now our food production is still a little slow for my liking. And of course, I'm going to collect any plorts I can while we're out here. When I get back, maybe I should think about upgrading the storage space inside of this. Yeah. Oh. Hello. Alright, what do you say we come over here? Maybe we can get our hands on a rad slime that isn't on the other side of a broken bridge. By the way, this game has awesome music. I'm not sure how well you guys can hear it. I'll try and be quiet for a little bit so you guys can turn it up. Okay, okay. Ow, ow, ow. Sorry, couldn't stay quiet there. We also want him, so we gotta bring veggies to him. That shouldn't be too hard. We've already got 10 carrots with us. Something you guys should keep up, like for instance with these okas. Even if you choose to plant them and use them, it's not a guaranteed you'll get an oka every time. It's like it's only a select percentage of them that you'll be able to get. You know what, let's get a couple Sues. Oh yeah, I also forgot. You can't combine puddle slimes with any other slime. So, little downside there. Alright. Let's just throw the rock plorts over there because there's lots of water plorts over here and they're worth a lot more. Ah, there's some more. And of course we haven't found any of the rad slimes that are supposed to be fairly common in here, but I bet that if we go over here near the end... Oh, yep, see, just hit 12 o'clock, so we got a request from a new person. You can already see there's rad slimes there, so... Dang. I want to show you guys those because they're really cool. Still though, I love my Sues. Alright, let's get out of here before they start going crazy. And by the way, for anyone that may be wondering, yes, you do have to be careful with that radiation all around them. Oh, and of course you have to, when you're feeding these guys, you gotta remember to shoot it right in their big, silly looking open mouths. So yeah, you do actually have to be careful with the rad slimes because if you're inside of that circle, you start taking radiation, and if your radiation gets too high, you die and end up having to go back to your ranch. So let's get back. Hopefully, once we've sold all these plorts, we should have enough to buy ourselves a little puddle that we can put our little puddle slimes into. The little adorable things. Up we go. And yeah, I did see that we do have a message from Cassie, so obviously we'll read that here as well as the one from the person that put in the request with us. Right, pink plorts go in. Let's see, that should be enough, right? Yeah. Okay, so if we do that, we can now put our puddle slimes in there. Hey, little guys. So cute and adorable. Alright, I'm going to hold on my puddle plorts for now because I don't want to sell them all to down. And, okay. Ogden Orts. Hi, Beatrix. The name's Ogden Orts. I'm a slime rancher much like yourself, but I mostly fancy myself as a farmer. I came to the far range to grow fruits and veggies the way we used to back on Earth, by getting down into the soil and getting your hands dirty. Did you know that carrots improve your night vision? Yeah, seriously, they do. I don't see why all ranchers aren't just gobbling them down every chance they get. Getting lost out on the range at night can be so dangerous. Well, don't let me ramble on you here. We'll be in touch via the range exchange. I tend to only raise slimes that eat fruits and veggies, so expect those kinds of requests from me. Looking forward to doing business with you. P.S. Ever hear of gilded ginger? It's a mythical veggie that is said to be the favorite food of the equally mythical gold slime. But some say that neither of them actually exists. The slimes do. I'm not quite sure about the veggie. So, alright. So, Cassie. I got your mail. Of course I remember that day. Re the big storm. I got your mail. Of course I remember that day. I feel like that was when you and I really connected. It was raining so hard that the streets were flooded and we took shelter in that cafe. It was like a scene from a movie, only we both looked like wet animals. And the guy running the shop was a real tyrant. The only way we could stay inside was by ordering one coffee after another. I feel like we learned more about each other that day than ever. Maybe it was the coffee, because we were both talking really, really fast. I told you about my dreams, making music and all that. At least that's how I remember it. Alright, so let's see here. Carrots are still growing. And he wants carrots and pogo fruit. And what's he willing to get? Pink plorts and boom plorts. Hey, there's Ogden. Not really growing any pogo fruits. Oh well. Here you go, little guys. Ow. So as you guys can see, because we're only taking tabby plorts right now, the pink plorts are starting to build up a little bit. But that's actually a good thing, because later on, once pink plorts go up, we'll be able to sell a lot of them really quickly. Oh, cool. Some of the carrots have grown. Right, there we go. There's another one. In there. I'm trying to get some so that I can go back and feed that Gordo. Alright. Yeah, you guys are annoying. Alright. Come here. So right here we have an Elder Roostro. So that's, as you guys can probably tell, it's a rooster that's been around so long that it's incapable of actually helping us get any new chickens. So let me see. Since that Rock Gordo is so far, I'll go for the tabby one first, I guess. Although they're both equally far. And let's go for the rock one. Oh, there we go. That's better. Little bit of a sore throat there. There we go. So yeah, if you try growing heartbeats, I think that if you grow heartbeats, you'll still get nothing but heartbeats. But try and get anything else, and you're in trouble. So yeah, if you try and grow the oka-okas or anything like that, you're not gonna get as many of those as you are of the others. So you can't just feed them all just their favorites. More like those have to kind of be a treat that you go every once in a while when you need extra plorts or a bit of extra cash. So come on, I know you're almost there. Dang you. glutton. Well, I guess that's kind of what they're meant to be. Alright, I guess I'll just have to come back to him later. I'm almost positive that he has another key, so he'll be a good way for us to get another key so we can get into the moss blanket. Down we go. Now let's get to that. Let's get to that tabby plort. Not tabby plort, tabby slime. Ah, there we go. Now let's see if we can grab a few chickens on our way. There we go. Kind of refill our supplies a little bit. Dang it. Stop eating them. Stop eating all the chickens. Oh, dang it, almost went the wrong way. Here. Yeah, so the Gordos are going to take a lot of stuff to get going. Oh, there's a Stony. Any more chickens around here? No, there's some chickadoos, but no more chickens. All right, let's pick up what plorts we can. And then get back to our little farm before we head out. You can hear them up there, and the slimes are trying to stack on each other. Just trying to think, maybe I'll be able to get enough pogo fruits like this, and then I can get enough carrots and just cash it in right, just like that. Let's see, I know there's another pogo fruit tree right here, but all those have been eaten. Grabbing some more carrots because we may not have enough from our little farm. We got the upgrade that makes it so that we can get so that we're basically guaranteed a max production each time, but nothing to make it faster. Dang it. Alright, well, hopefully that oh yeah, it's definitely going to be enough. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. Alright, so let's turn in these. So yeah, like I said, pink plorts, they're so common, you're better off just selling them instead of having to hold on to them. Puddle plorts are still down, because it hasn't switched over yet. There's that. There's that. And that means we got a whole bunch of these. We got some boom plorts and we got some pink plorts. Speaking of which, are the boom plorts? Yes, they are. They're up. Alright, throw a few pogo fruit in there. Throw some carrots in there. Don't worry, I got more food coming for all of you. Whoa. Careful with the plorts, guys. You're basically throwing away money from me. Ow. Okay, there we go. Throw the rest of the carrots in there. And then we'll go to bed for the night. So yeah, like I keep saying, you don't actually have to go to sleep. It's just my little way of skipping forward those last few hours and getting things going. So yes, okay, so water plorts are up. Same, we don't want to sell our tabby plorts, but pink plorts and rock plorts are both up, so we can use those to good effect. Okay, so let's get all of these. We're going to have to make a few runs for the pink plorts because we can only hold 20. Ow. So yeah. Just watch. We're going to come out with quite a bit of money after all this is done. So we're already at 1,200 and we still got like 1 and some stacks more of pink plorts. Granted, the pink plorts, as I keep saying, aren't worth that much. But you know, if it's even saving up a penny every day for if you save up if you save up a penny every day for a year, you're gonna end up with a lot of money saved up. And there we go. So that's all the plorts that are worth selling right now. And we're at 1,400. So, let's see here. Auto feeders are 500 each, so that's 1,000. If we get this one an air net, no, we're not going to make it. So let's put auto feeder on you. And an auto feeder on you. So the way these work is you just put the food in and it'll show it up there. Hit this button, doesn't drop it out anymore, but it does allow you to change the speed. I'm not sure if there's actually any difference in the speed. I don't quite know. I tend to keep them at low because although I'm used to only having like 3 or 4 slimes in there, I might have to go to medium. We'll just have to see. By the way, I love the look on the boom slime's face after they go boom. It's like, what happened to me? I don't even know what's going on. Alright, wow, okay. So yeah, a lot of water plorts in here. Speaking of which, since we can have, since it said that there can be up to 3 others, that means that we can technically have up to 4 water slimes in each one. Speaking of which, now I've got enough money for this. There we go. Now we don't have to worry about them escaping. So then the only things that are left to buy for each of these is a music box, which music box plays a soothing tune that greatly reduces slime agitation, which should keep these guys from exploding more often. And a solar shield, which a solar shield will encase a corral in a dim shade, protecting slime sensitive to light. So those are good if you want to have ferrous slimes out here in the sun, so relatively early game, and instead of having to put in 1,795 into this one, although that is where I prefer to put them because there's more corrals there and I can kind of just let them go around. And here's the same problem that I always end up having. All of our roostros got old. So now we don't have any more roostros. So now we gotta find more roostros. Obviously, I don't know much about how the game is coded. or how it actually works, if there's like a percentage chance or something like that. But I do kind of wish that there was a higher chance of the roostros being able to stick around. I do wish that there was at least a slightly higher chance of roostros coming from the normal chickens, because it seems like this happens more often than not where I don't have a chicken to use, or I don't have any roostros left after having gone through all those. And because they can be relatively hard to find, especially right now, it can be a bit of a pain to get through all of it. Come here. Those slimes may not want to eat you, but I know someone that does. Alright. So yeah, you can get elder hens and elder roostros if they've been around in there for long enough. Usually though, I think if you keep your numbers down, you shouldn't really have to worry about that too much. Whoa! Okay, well, since it's not a slime, I'm pretty sure that hen just committed suicide. Almost there, I think. Oh yeah, see him shaking? It's almost there. If I can just get a few more bits of meat. A few more chickens. And no, you can't feed chickadoos to them. I'm saying that because I know that someone's probably wondered that. Chickadoos are baby chickens. You can't feed them to anything. Nothing will actually eat them. Alright, let's see if we can't get back here and find some more hens or something. I do see one up there. I don't think I'll be able to get to him. Oh yeah, it's noon, so a new request. Oh, I thought I heard... Oh. That was one of you guys eating him, isn't it? Yes, roostro. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go... Before I go and I take a look at that male, I'm gonna go and see if I can get that tappy to pop. Alright, come on. I really need to buy some upgrades for myself. It's getting a little bit of a pain to to get around the place. Alright, here. Nope, and I'm not giving you the roostro. Roostro's gonna help me make more hens so I can feed you more later. There we go. Yeah, I think the next upgrade I get is going to be one for running. I'll probably leave the jetpack out for a bit. Well, at least for this first upgrade. The only reason I say that is because I definitely need it to get over that bridge. So I'll probably get it as the upgrade after, but I definitely want to get the running one first. That's just a chickadee. Alright, almost back. Alright, let's throw our roostro in there. So yeah, it looks like the one chickadee we had here grew up and it was not a roostro. Alright, pink ones are up. And so are rocks. Let's see about getting that personal running upgrade. Dash boots, there we go. 350, not bad, not bad, not bad. I don't have enough for the jetpack. I should probably get the power core first. So yeah, you guys saw how quickly it ran out before. It's a lot slower now, so I can run a lot farther before I have to stop. See, it's at least twice as long. I think longer, actually. Alright, Star Mail. Mochi Miles. Well, well, it seems like another wannabe rancher has signed up for a lonely existence on a faraway space rack. Congratulations, Beatrix. I'm Mochi Miles. That's Miles, as in Tetsuya Miles, the billionaire. I'm here to do important business for my dad, but that doesn't mean I won't make all the rest of these backwater types out here look bad in the process. No one conquers the plort market like I do, day in, day out. My dad gives me the inside track, so look forward to my requesting plorts that I know will make a huge profit later on. So I wish you the best of luck, Beatrix. Maybe you'll even reach second place. At the very least, you can tell your friends that you helped out the great Mochi Miles in our conquest of the far, far range. Later, Tater. So yeah, kind of a jerk. Their requests are all going to be requests for plorts that we have, and they're going to give us other stuff like this. But from what I've seen when I was playing on my own, if you pay attention to what plorts they want and try and build up a little bit of a stockpile the next day, like we kind of have right now, you can take advantage. I'm pretty sure that actually is an upgrade. So let's see. Currently both of those are down. So if tomorrow they're up, that should be a good sign for us. Come on. There we go. Alright, let's get some of these guys fed. 10 in there. And 10 in there. Alright, well, we have our boots. Alright, let's go out here. Obviously, we'll collect plorts on the way, but what I want to try and do is, let me see, what did I want to do? Oh, come here. Give me chicken. Nope, that's my chicken. Go away. Alright, well then I guess first thing we're going to do is turn these chickens in to that Largo. Now, that Largo, the Tabby Largo, actually doesn't do us any good as far as... doesn't actually do us any good as far as giving us a key. What we get from that Tabby Largo is something else. Something that I find can be a bit more important. Get off there. Get off. Wouldn't it be just my luck that this one chicken... Oh. That it's this one chicken? Yep, it's that one chicken that did it. So, this is actually a teleporter. Let me just get in here. Okay, and that. And this. So as you guys can see, it's a little picture of our place. So if we go in here, we come out right here, which, yeah, we actually can't get into. So this one's, I completely forgot about that. That one is kind of a waste right now, because that is the area that has all of the green and everything. So we actually have to buy that part before we can use that as a fast way back home. I forgot about that. Dang it. Alright, well, I'll keep collecting plorts as I'm going, and I will get back home. Hopefully by the time I get back home, I will have collected enough plorts that I can sell to get me the jetpack upgrade that I want. That would be really cool. Also, for those on YouTube that are probably wondering, well, why am I not cutting out these sections where I'm just running back or something like that? Unfortunately, right now I can't do any editing. The editing software that I use, my 1 year thing on it ran out. I bought a 1 year instead of a lifetime or anything like that because the 1 year it was cheaper and I couldn't really afford anything more expensive, and I couldn't afford a permanent one at the time. I'm hoping that this time I'll be able to do it, but unfortunately I would need more people viewing my content in order to be able to afford that with anything I make from YouTube. So if you guys want to help me out, something you guys can do there is tell other people about this series or any other series I have. The more views I get, the better chance I have of actually being able to make some money. Because there is a bare minimum. According to YouTube, I have to make at least $10 a week from ad revenue before they'll pay me. So right now I'm barely getting a penny. So I don't think that there would be like, oh wow, I'm suddenly gonna be able to make money off of it because everyone started telling everyone, but still. Okay, so let's check what we found out. Boom plorts and tabby plorts. So if I'm right, and if he's right, they should be up, which they are. So that is a huge thing. So, all right. More carrots for you. More carrots for you guys. Gimme. Gimme. Okay. So then let's get these plorts out. Boom, and some tabbies. I should definitely get an upgrade after I cash all this in. So let's see, we've got tabby plorts at 18 apiece, so with 20, that should be about 200. Yeah. There we go, and then there's that. So that's good. So yeah, as we get into the bigger ones, like the crystals and the water, which we actually don't want to sell the water ones right now, but I mean, they're there already, but let's leave them for now. That'll end up being some big money for us. All right, let's get a tank booster, power core. Let's get that water tank. We don't need more health. Let's get that pulse wave. So there we go. In number 5, we have our little specialized water tank. We can take water out of any pure source, so those fountains we found, or even here. And the amount of water that those can suck up is directly equivalent to how many we can hold of any other thing. Oh yeah, as it says, additionally, if we don't have a fountain, we can also spray some of our own water on it, just like that, and get some additional resources. Well, not get some additional resources, but it'll make it grow faster. So by watering it, it'll make it grow faster if we don't have enough money to be able to afford to get the upgrades. Oh, and it looks like we actually do have ourselves a new rooster. That's good. Come here, elder hen. Your food. All right. Now then, let's split these carrots up in between our two feeders here. And by the way, yes, you can pull back out of the feeders. Alright, let's get the rest of our money out. Alright, so there's that. There's that, and we're good. So yeah, that's all that we can reasonably sell right now and be able to get money from. Right. Oh, so yeah, as you guys saw, we did get the jetpack, so just like that. There is a limit to how high it can bring us, but if we do some creative jumping, we can get it pretty easily. But since we have enough, let's put a sprinkler on there, so that'll help it grow twice as fast without us having to do the watering ourselves. Let's see. We're running out of spots here that aren't on the main path. I want to get some, one more water guy. But let's get another garden. Oh, 250, dang it. Alright, well, we can do that later. Because we have ourselves some veggies, but but we don't have any way of growing fruit. So that's what I want to get next. I want to get us some fruit. There we go. Of course, pogo fruit's actually pretty easy for us to get, especially since there's a little tree right here, so we might as well not waste a spot on it quite yet, especially when we can be using that slot to make money. So yeah, with this jetpack, we'll be able to reach areas we couldn't before, so we'll be able to get to areas that we couldn't before, which will be rather nice. And I'll be sure to show you guys a few of those spots that we can get next time. Because unfortunately, we are running out of time for today. My recording time has almost hit the 3-hour mark. Oh, sorry, 2-hour mark. So for now, I think I'm going to cash in these plorts. Actually, let's go back here, get one of these pogo fruit. Because after we cash in these pink ones, we'll definitely have enough money to be able to buy another farm plot. So up in here and up, cash them in. There we go. And let's put a another garden plot down right there, and put pogo fruit in it. And it grows a pogo tree right away. And it's just doing. Alright, I guess before we go, we'll check out the mail from Bob. I like Bob, he's kind of funny. Hello, Bob. Hello. Hello, hello. Chickens. Hello, chickens. Chickens. Hello, Bob. P.S. Chicken. So yeah, that's what Bob is pretty obsessed with. It's always chickens with him. And that's Bob. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, as you guys can tell, that Bob is just well, he's a bit of a Jarvis one. For those that don't know, Jarvis stands for just a rather very intelligent system. So, no, that'd still be Jarvis, because system starts with an S and slime starts with an S, so it'd still be Jarvis. I don't know why they didn't go with that. That would have been cool. Call him Jarvis. Anyway, so as I said, my time for today is out. We made quite a lot of progress. We've got 2 full coops that are almost completely upgraded. We've got 2 farming plots and a chicken coop that is getting us some nice chickens. And looks like the roosters are starting to recover a bit, so that's good. And we've managed to get ourselves every upgrade we can for right now, I think. Except for maybe except for the health upgrade, but still. You don't really need a health upgrade very often, especially if you're playing right and you're not being stupid. So anyway, this is Redgamemaster signing out, and as always, I hope you all have a wonderful day.